Hello, everyone. It's Marcus, and welcome to more Zooming in the Jungle Room. Today, I'm zooming all the way over to Sydney, where I'm speaking to an incredible music artist. Her name is Soma. Soma, hey, how are you?
Hello, I'm well. How are you going?
I'm good, thank you. You have got the most beautiful, sunny smile that I've seen in such a long time.
Thank you. Well, you're making me smile. It's the
Yay!
same.
You know what? Should our goal in life not be smile more every single day, right?
For sure. It's contagious. It is.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you, before we get into the music, I'm going to ask you, what makes you smile?
I guess what makes me smile is, I don't know, connecting to the universe and being alive and being grateful and walking through the world, wanting other people to also feel my good energy towards them. I hope most of the time.
Like I feel like my mother might have had an affair and you might be my half sister. I'm not sure. I feel connected to you.
I
I'm
love
gonna get
that.
I'm gonna get on the phone to my mother and just ask her, did she get around in Sydney at some point? Who can say? Now, Soma, I do want to say congratulations because you have just brought out your brand new single. It is called Say It. Please
Yes.
talk about Say It.
Okay, so I think so the mixtape, which comes out on the 21st of Feb, is called Cobra. This is the second single off the mixtape. Um, Honestly, the mixtape in its entirety is quite deep and it's about a lot of I think like traumas in my life. I mean, the ups and downs of life, really. But yeah, I think some like deep-seated issues that I've been dealing with since a child and stuff like that. But it's really nice to have put it out into music. So Say It, which is again the second song off the mixtape, is more of a fun one, really. It's very surface level, fun, hard hitting beat. Um, Working with Danny Duke, who produced it, and Chunky Love, who mixed it, was an incredible experience because he was just like, let's just have fun with it and make people's booties pop. So yeah, yeah.
It's a great single. It's like literally, it's so
You
good.
like
I
it? Thank
think
you.
all day today. It's really good. I'm going to give you a bit of a shout out as well on another couple of singles that I really kind of got into in 2024. Can you believe 2024 was like a year ago now? That is mad.
It's insane.
I'm
It's
gonna,
not. It's not real. I keep on saying 2024. It's not anymore.
my goodness, we're getting old, Soma. We're getting old. We're gonna have to start rushing to the Botox lady before we know it. It's hard to be 23. I don't keep up.
It's hard to be 23. I feel you.
I do want to shout out two of your singles, Lotus and Thrills from 2024. Absolutely incredible.
Thank
Lotus
you.
specifically, like I'm very much drawn to lotuses. So I go to Bali quite often and I really enjoy their lotus ponds and all that.
Yeah.
But Lotus is such an incredible single. So I want to say congratulations on that one as well. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
Thrills also was equally amazing. You've had some really good singles out since 2021. I think the first one came out, correct?
Yes, 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 you are correct.
I've
Or
done
maybe
my
2020.
research.
Yeah.
I,
You
I
did
I've looked
research.
you up. I've looked you up. Don't you worry about
Maybe
that.
you know me better than I know myself now.
Oh my God. There's a song there. There's a
There's a
song.
song, I'm gonna write that down.
Um, hey, so what got you first into the music industry? How did you evolve yourself into the career? Like, what was your passion? Who were you listening to when you were younger? Give me all of it.
So I definitely grew up with two of my, I mean, both my parents, they went together, but going from home to home. So my mum's born in India and she's got Portuguese in her as well. So she is very musically talented herself, although she's a bit shy, but she's picked up every instrument. We had instruments lying around our house and an array of records that I was always sifting through as a child, from world music to classical to Bob Dylan to Nina Simone and all of the greats, really.
I love.
Yeah. So I definitely, it's ingrained in me, good music, I think. And then my parents got me into keyboard lessons when I was like 4 or 5. And I really took to it quite well, I think. And then my keyboard teacher throughout me doing those lessons was like, your daughter has a really pitch perfect voice or whatever. And then yeah, I kind of just grew up singing and performing and dancing and playing instruments and piano and saxophone, although I do not play saxophone anymore. I've kept the keys though. So yeah, and then I guess I just kind of knew that that's what I wanted to do. I think I took it seriously maybe like 17, 18, and I was like, shit, this is what I really want to do. And then probably early 20s, I was like, okay, I actually have to, put the work in. It doesn't just take a good voice and a smile. So yeah.
So contemporary artists now, who are you enjoying? Who are you listening to? Who are inspiring you these days?
So this is always such a hard question, but I think like my most listened to artists recently, who I really makes me feel something in many different ways. Parsalu, yes, as you know. I think Suicide Boys, Little Sims, Isaiah Rashad. Mm, so like yeah, I mean that's just four. I think that's my top four artists that I've listened to. But yeah, so many. Yes, and obviously I always go back to the OG classics as well.
You said
Yes.
Nina Simone before. I mean, Nina Simone, what an
Nina
absolute
Simone.
queen. I'll tell you a little sad story about Nina Simone from my
Yeah.
side, is that she was set to do a tour of Australia. I think it was back in the 90s. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was the 90s. Anyways,
Yeah.
the tour got cancelled. I've got no idea what reason. It's too long ago now, but and then it was only a few short years after that that she actually passed away. And it was awful, awful. Because I just idolized that lady's music, her voice, her passion, and what she put
Her
into the world.
story.
Next level, next level.
100%. Yeah, she's a true inspiration as a woman. It's crazy. Yeah.
Now, back to you though. 11 tracks on the new album, which is Mixtape Cobra.
Yeah.
And essentially love, loss, and empowerment. Why did you focus on love, loss, and empowerment to be the inspiration for this particular album?
So I think, I mean, love and loss is empowerment. I think experiencing all those things, I mean, you can, yeah, I mean, you have to use it to your advantage and become more empathetic to the world. And I think it all makes you more powerful if you let it.
Mm.
So yeah, it was nice. It was like this mixtape's kind of like a therapy session, I think, of things that I haven't been able to speak to. I probably need to actually go to therapy, but anyway. um,
Put it in
but
a
that's
song.
why about
Taylor
music.
Swift does.
I know. I think everybody does these days. But yeah, so yeah, it was my little therapy session in the way that I could talk about things that I probably wouldn't have been able to. And it feels nice. It's a very cathartic feeling. Yeah. And it's empowering
Do you
to be
mean,
able to,
and I agree with you, yeah. Do you enjoy
yeah.
the process of doing a music video as well?
Yes, it's so fun. I mean, I think I actually, yeah, it's honestly the process of it is so fun. And I think the process of it actually being released is very stressful. Of the back and forth and then the editing and then but it's great. And I need to remember to enjoy the entirety of the process, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I don't know, the world is at a strange time in the world. But yes, so things are a little bit extra stressful. But yes, I'm grateful and I'm privileged to be able to do what I want to do. And I'm enjoying the whole process. I'm remembering to anyway, because I am lucky. Yeah.
And when you actually write your music, when you write your song, when you do your lyrics, obviously
Yes.
that happens, a good few months, if not sometimes even years before the actual music video might get done. Do you find that when you're writing the music and doing your lyrics, that by the time you're doing your music video, the message might have changed for you mentally, or just, you might be in a different space in your life. Do you find How often does the music video align with the original lyrics?
Um, honestly, actually, rarely, I think, because you're right. I mean, yeah, well, you're not right, but you bring up a good point, which I've realized recently of when I am writing and I'm kind of, it's almost like I should just have all of these lyrics on my wall all the time and the message that I felt at that time, because it does change. And I was like, what does that even mean anymore to me? It's going to mean something to someone, but it's still, yeah, it's hard to, yeah, stay connected and then put that out through the video clip. And it depends who you work with as well. I mean, no one's going to get inside of your mind and fully understand your emotions. So, yeah. And it's interesting. Collaboration is amazing. And that's what I always want to be doing. But yeah, it can be hard sometimes, I think, to completely correlate your message that comes out through the clip. Yeah.
Well, I mean, and that's the same as the audience listening to that music as well. You know, you may, when you wrote your lyrics, you say it in a particular way, but the way that it's been interpreted by anyone in that audience, that the listening group, may interpret a whole different way. You know, everyone takes what they want out of it, and here's their own little message. And you're like, well, that's not what I meant, but you know what? Who am I to argue? You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah, it's true.
So your interpretation of it obviously will change depending on the mood that you're in any particular moments as well.
For sure, for sure. And it's open to interpretation. So whatever anybody wants to take from it, that's what it's there for.
Please tell me, what is one of your most proudest moments with your career so far?
Proudest moments. I think maybe completing this body of work is probably my proudest moment. Really honing in and focusing and being as sober-minded as possible. And yeah, I think working harder than ever. And I think this is my proudest moment. I think that in the past I've really just been like, oh, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And yeah, we're at quite a critical juncture with the music industry and how it kind of is going towards, it's purely digital and social media kind of based mainly. So that's really difficult, I think, for artists. So I'm proud of myself for just keep on pushing through, even depending on mental health or whatever. And you just have to keep on going. That's a full-time job. So yeah, I think probably recently I've been the proudest.
Life is a full-time job, right?
It is. It's true.
And then you have to go and get another job as well to pay the rent. I mean,
I know, right?
Complex. Chuck that on the next album.
Yeah.
Now, on top of your mixtape Cobra, there's also going to be a 20-minute long-form film as well. Tell me about that.
Yes. So I filmed that in Melbourne with Frederick McHenry, Freddie. He's an incredible director. We've worked together for the last few years, actually. And he's great to work with. He pulled together the most incredible team. Went over there, we shot, I think we shot 12 videos in 3 days, which was insanity. But we got it done. And yes, it was great. It was a great feeling. It was stressful, to obviously very stressful for him. I commend him for the job that he did, because I don't think that any of us had ever done something like that before, with so much in there to yeah. But yeah, I guess it's just a sequence of the stories. Again, what you were saying before, trying to keep them as much relevant to the song.
Yep.
But yeah,
good.
12 videos, 3 days.
Well, 2025 has definitely kicked off. We're practically all the way through January already. Madness. I don't even understand how it's going so fast.
No.
But, 2025 kicked off on the 7th of March and the 5th of April. You're doing some shows in Sydney. What other plans have you got for 2025?
So I have started writing again, which I'm very excited about, because now this is all done with and I'm like excited to not move on, but you know what I mean, mentally move on. So that would be nice. And then yes, the show 7th of March, Trocadero Room, the launch for the mixtape, which will be really exciting. It's back in my old hood in Enmore, which used to be the old Hideaway bar, but yeah, they've made it this other new cute little music venue, which is really nice. It's pretty grungy and they've kept it real, which is cool. But yes, so besides that, I've got another show, which I should really know the date of, at the Lansdowne. Let me actually really quickly check that. Anyway, I'll get back to you on that one. But yes, some shows coming up. The most important is the 7th. I think that's what I'm mainly focused on, and my mind is just like, yeah.
Now, can we
Like,
possibly
yeah.
see maybe the rest of Australia getting toured soon as well? You know, can we expect some Melbourne dates? Can we expect
Oh,
some, you
100.
know, Adelaide dates? Because I'm in Adelaide. I would love to see some Adelaide.
Adelaide dates. We've got Brisbane, Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney, of course. Yeah. Yeah. London next year, hopefully the end of this year,
Wow.
which is exciting. Yeah. Yeah.
You need to start spreading your music all around the world because your music is killer and
Thank
everybody
you.
needs to hear it.
Thank you, my love. Thank you.
Soma, what an absolute pleasure chatting with you. I've got a feeling you and I are going to be chatting a whole lot more. We've got a lot to
Yeah.
discuss. But in the meantime, I want to say a massive congratulations on Say It. Please, everyone, get out, listen to it. It's on all the streaming devices, of course, because that's the way it works these days. Um, and I'm looking forward to the release of Cobra, like you say, mixtape, on the 21st of February. And fun fact, I'm going to throw you a fun fact now. February
Please
the
do it.
21st is my father's birthday, so I might even get him that for his birthday. There we are.
Happy birthday, Daddy.
Soma, what an absolute pleasure. I wish you all the best, all the success, and I cannot wait to hear more and more of your music.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much. And yeah, thanks so much for having me. I hope you have a beautiful day. I'm
Hey, you too. Bye bye.
excited to chat also. Mwah.